of reason. It's a relationship help desk. We crack jokes. We talk smack about topics that most people are afraid to, even approach. Today will be no exception. I need you guys to also to understand that this is a caller-driven show. So we need you to share your experiences, your ideas, everything that's been going on in your life as it pertains to today's topic. The number to dial is 844-55-1. That's 844-55-DASH1. Y'all reach out. Let me know what you think. Today's topic is the swipe to the left show. What the fuck does swipe to the left mean? I don't know. But I do know that there's a new term out there called ghosting. And it just means that when a person breaks up with you, they just disappear like a ghost without a word. Deuces. And you just never reach back out. Never say anything else. Just, you got ghosted. I mean, has dating online made relationships so superficial that you could just break up with somebody in the most weird, I'll just never speak to you again. I mean, back in the day, you used to have a Dear John letter, you used to have the come to Jesus talk. But nowadays, I don't know you, never knew you, I don't love you, never loved you, I'm out. Are our relationships so superficial today that makes ghosting possible? Somebody call us at 844-55-1. Is there someone you'd like to ghost right now? A husband or a wife? I wish I could just ghost them. Wouldn't ghosting them be easier than, say, killing them? I mean, right? Some people be like, okay, I've made up my mind. I'm going to kill you, right? Wouldn't ghosting just be much easier? What are the strangest breakup tactics you've ever used? Somebody call us at 844-55-1. I never heard from him or her again. I never heard from him or her again. I just, we went to the movies one day, and for the next 15,000 days, I didn't hear from him. I'm just saying, isn't that strange to be ghosted, where somebody just fucking disappears? Veronica.
Yes, sir.
What is the craziest breakup experience you've had? Like, ghosting just sounds like some more newfangled millennial, I don't have to talk to you anymore type shit, right? What is that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit in shock that this is a phenomenon that has a name. I mean, I've heard of people disappearing. You've heard of motherfuckers disappearing, like in I don't know, in the 60s and 50s, and like leaving their kids, but they usually like develop another identity and all kinds of stuff. This is some newfangled stuff. I think that if a person has gotten to the point where they have to ghost someone, then they really have to consider their boy picker and their girl picker.
Wow.
What the hell were you doing with somebody that you can't even have a forthright conversation with to get out of the relationship?
Wow.
How do you get into a relationship where there's that lack of connectivity? I don't understand that.
Wow. Here's a good one. Where does ghosting happen the most? Or which form of relationship does ghosting happen in the most? Intimate relationships or parental relationships? Yikes. When's the last time you heard from your daddy? I ain't heard from mine since 1978. For real. That nigga ghosted. I'm just saying. I mean, there's just new terms, right? I'm not going to just put it all on dads. I mean, sometimes moms ghost But when moms ghost, they usually take the kids with them. Dad comes home to an empty apartment. His family ghosted on him. When is it warranted? That's crazy, right? Is that I'm gonna go back to Veronica. Is that like a sign of poor conflict resolution skills? I mean, like, what is that? Can someone help
Well,
me?
I think it speaks to what you were saying earlier and what we've talked about on previous shows, which is how people get to hide behind the keyboard. We've got a lot of keyboard would-be gangsters out here, right? And I think that social media and the sense of disconnection that we have, I mean, we have more access to each other, more of each other's information, I'll say, but we have less connectivity with the human being, right? And that's just become more and more prevalent as social media and data mining and all this information age has grown. I think the human age gets sort of left behind. And so the social game rules have changed.
So you're telling me,
people get away with what they can get away with.
Are you telling me technology has made it easier for us to be less empathetic and have, kind of just more shallow connections? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely. I mean, I have 5,000 Facebook friends. They're not all my friends.
I don't know any of the 5,000. I mean, I know some of them, like high school cats, but there are a lot of people I just don't know. That doesn't mean I won't interface. I won't talk to people. But yeah, I got 5,000 plus friends, and on Facebook. But what does that mean, right? You know how right. People will accumulate followers for the sake of having the followers, but they don't have the connection with the people who are following them. And the people who are following are probably following them for, whatever reason, or I listen to your show or this or that, but they don't really have a connection. So my question is, has technology made us more superficial, which is why we have this phenomena of ghosting? I'm just, the relationship ain't shit. It was sexual. It was momentary. And now I'm out. Is it, do you think it's best to ghost someone after maybe say like a one-night stand? Or is it worse to ghost someone that you've been with for a long time? Joining the conversation, late to the show, of course, but hey, she gets to be late. She's busy.
I'm sorry. I'm here, though.
She's busy. She's always here. She grinds. She works.
No, and it actually looks like I joined the conversation at the perfect point, too.
Have you ghosted?
On social media?
You ghosted somebody? You ghost people, don't you?
See, but my ghosting is more known. Like, it's known that they're going to get ghosted before they actually get ghosted.
Oh, so they get a pre-crime ghost warning.
Yeah.
How does that work?
By the end of the night, if it's your first date with someone, if they're not going to call you the next day. Not
if you doing like Corey Holcomb. I don't like smiling in people's faces. If you smiling and giggling and this was wonderful, that was you're a very nice person, and then next thing you know.
No, mine is more like body language. Like I get really stiff in the neck. Like they know when they're not getting another date.
Dudes ain't paying attention to your neck unless you're using it.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm here every Thursday, guys. I'm just saying.
Can I say something on social media, though, really quick?
Sure.
And I apologize if you guys already mentioned it. I joined it late. But I think social media has done a lot to relationships. Like, for example, Twitter. You have to say whatever you got to say in like 120 fragments. And I feel like that's translated into how we communicate with one another. Like, for example, for real is already a slang word. But we're so lazy now that we just say FR. For real.
That's true.
Right. So, I mean, social media has done a lot to the way that we communicate with one another.
Or FML, fuck my life, or,
Or LOL when you're not laughing.
Right.
It's a lot of things going on there.
Yeah, it makes us like attention deficit disorder listeners. So just cut to it. And then we lack context in our communication. So it's like,
Also, can I say that we lack meaning? In other words, so much of effective communication is in the nuances, right?
The subtleties,
it's in the texture, it's in the description, it's in and the more we truncate that, I think the more our minds short circuit to go along with that.
Wow. So let me just ask, when is ghosting a motherfucker in relationship warranted? I mean, just disappear, not a speck, not even CSI can find where you went. When is that warranted?
I don't think ever.
Why? I mean there's some.
Okay, I can't say never. If you know that, see, I'm not into the whole one night stand thing, so I'm speaking from a different kind of perspective. I'm talking about you've gone on some dates with someone, or you're dating someone for a little while and you just disappear. To me, that's like a coward ass move. Like, you can't even say what the fuck your problem is.
Wow.
You're just out. Use your words, nigga.
There's a lot of cowards out there on both sides of the gender fence.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is. Because what about the girl who didn't expect to feel that deeply?
Or the women that get pregnant and then leave without telling the dude. I've never understood that. What's up with that?
That's some ghosting for your ass, and then show up 15 years later with a fucking sophomore. What? Now get out there and coach him. That's your baby. What?
Right. Never got that.
Veronica, what do you think?
I mean, here's my strategy. I put people on notice.
Come on, Veronica.
I've had to put these girls on notice in the context of the relationship, and I've had to say, hey, this is what's going on here, and if this doesn't change, it will be a deal breaker.
But a deal breaker, okay.
Wait, but do you follow up before the deal breaker, or it just keeps happening and you just do?
Absolutely. I over communicate. It kind of goes back to the show that we had on
nice with it.
Sometimes I've dealt with men that are egoic, that do not want to listen. And you can say it, and say it with meaning, and say it directly.
Listen, Veronica, if you want to talk about me on the air, at least give me the heads up, okay?
Wow.
Don't just try to call me out.
All righty, though.
Here we go with the dick sucking.
Egoic. Yeah, she's talking to me right now. He's hard-headed and he's egoic. That's right. I was born with 2 hard heads.
Wow. And there it is. I knew it was coming. There it is.
Welcome to my world.
Veronica's saying some real stuff, though.
Nah, she is. Go ahead, Veronica.
No, but I've put people on notice and then had the follow-up communication, and then if they weren't willing to get it, and I over-communicate. I've hired coaches to work stuff out. I've gone all in, but if at a certain point, if I realize that I'm not going to be heard nor understood, then it's like, okay. But I think the thing is that if a man is operating from a non-listening, egoic posture, he doesn't quite believe you. Like, yeah,
but isn't that all men?
Sure.
Isn't that most men?
I'm referring to a couple of knuckleheads that I have the fortune to engage with before I gave up knuckleheads forever.
Can't wait till I get there.
But it's like they don't believe you mean it, right? That's the thing about the listening part to women, because they say that women are unhappy in the relationship, and men are usually unhappy after the relationship is over, because the woman has been trying to communicate needs over a period of time, and he doesn't get it, and then she bounces. Then he's usually in shock, not because she wasn't saying it, but because he wasn't hearing it.
But see, women are the fucking Chinese checkers and Rubik's cubes of relationships. Your happiness is a fucking Fibonacci combination number lock and key Sudoku. Like, most dudes are real linear and straightforward about happiness. But there's hella layers and ripples and subtleties and ruffles and ridges when it comes to female happiness. It's hard for us to figure out that riddle. It's not just dick. Dick makes you guys happy in the moment. Yes, you guys get that good sticking.
Yay. Always makes me feel good.
Good sticking.
Let's ask Red Panda, which
phraseology coming from.
Which is the best, the sticking or the eating? Because she's a foodie.
Ooh, see, the two best things in life are good food and good orgasms. So that's going to be a hard choose. I'm going to go with the food. For sure, the food.
You get in a fucking argument with Red Panda, you just give her some Cold Stone ice cream and some chips and a burger. She's good.
Num, num, num. And Lucy's tacos, of course.
Wow. I mean, this is crazy. What could a guy do? I need to know. First off, the phone number is 844-55-1. What is the worst way to break up with somebody? We came up with a bunch of different ways ourselves. We'll read some of those off. But follow me on Twitter at Zoe Williams. Let me know on Twitter. I'm going to read your responses, or you can call me at 844-55-1. What is the worst way to break up with somebody? Now, what's interesting, in our research, we found right before a job interview. How fucked up is that?
Why would they fucking do that?
Like, you on your way to make the best impression ever. You go, hey, good luck. You break a fucking leg, you get that job, and I won't be here when you get back.
That's fucked.
Salam fucking alaikum.
That's a sick person.
Your life will be in order after I clean my shit out. Good job.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like, what is the worst way to break up with someone? And what warrants the ghosting? I can say right off the top, and ladies, you guys can chime in on this. Abuse might be a good reason for ghosting. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, let's just keep it real. We always have these,
Nigga,
really.
I'm out. I'm out as soon as a nigga scratches me. I'm out.
But you scratched during the naked wrestling match.
There we go. And there it is.
You are a scratcher, though, aren't you?
I'm just saying, I'm out. That's a great reason to
Listen,
ghost.
as much bunghole fondling you do.
I don't, whoa.
You've already told us.
That was like 2 months shows ago.
But we'll never forget the first time you said that's a proclivity of yours.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I do it. Shit is disgusting. I would ghost on that right there.
You'd probably like it. A lot of people are just scared to explore their sexuality, but I guess that's a different show.
Cut her mic off. I wanted to think about it for a minute, and I've decided. Cut that goddamn mic off. I just want to know, 844-55-1. Do you think kids make it harder to ghost? Some people just, I met a dude yesterday who said he moved out here with his baby mama, but they not together. But he moved out here from Dallas just to be close to his daughter, who's 6. And he's been with his daughter since day one. They still see separate people, but he moved out here just to be close to them because she's from here. I mean, ghosting is to me, ghosting is some cold shit. It's some cold shit. Now, somebody's got to tell me which is the best way to break up. I see Twitter is on fire right now. Let's go here and see what Sinister Mephisto and Anti-Resident Hero and all of these dudes are talking. Ronan Martin calling it quits during a romantic event that was planned. That's fucked up. Like a Valentine's Day dinner.
I don't get why people do shit like that. Just a picnic.
Yeah, like candy and shit.
I had a picnic.
Here's some hearts and flowers.
Right.
Somebody broke up with you on a picnic?
Right. As I was like sinking my teeth into the fucking sandwiches he made.
That shit just sounded terrible.
Right.
What?
Changed the way that I looked at picnics for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Right.
That's fucked. Okay, here we have Guilford. Okay. Oh, go ahead, Veronica. Go ahead, babe.
I guess if you broke up with somebody mid-coitus, that would be a little disturbing.
Mid-coitus?
I can't stand you no more. I'm getting up out of this.
How fucked up would that be if you get a girl to the 9th level of orgasmic goodiness.
Wow.
And be like, this is the last good one you gonna get this evening. Once I wash up in your sink, I'm out.
See, but depending on the person, that might be a turn on. That would turn me on.
You'd be like, hey, it can't be over. Don't leave.
It's a turn on.
I'm just saying. We got a lot of people here commenting.
That would turn you on? That would turn you on, Ashonti?
Ashanti's a freak.
I mean, not if he was serious, but if he was...
Not if he was serious.
But if he was saying it in the act of it, yeah, that would definitely turn me on. He'd be like, no, don't leave me during the sex. Sorry, I just got a visual.
You know what? Women say some of the greatest lies during sex.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, it's yours. It's always been yours forever.
She might have meant it at the time. So. Don't worry.
Some of the greatest lies of all time have been whispered in the moment of passion. We got Jay Maurice on the line. Georgia, line 3. Holler at us. Jay Maurice.
Jay Maurice.
Come on, Boost Mobile be doing a job on him down there, man. They got that Metro link.
Or Cricket. I'm like trying Cricket and I hate it. I'm going back to AT&T.
What is Cricket? Ain't that for old people?
It's a phone service. I don't think that
the Cricket is for old people.
Specifically for
big ass numbers and big ass numbers on so they can see this nigga got a Cricket. She got an elderly phone. This is some bullshit.
I was trying to save a few bucks.
Are you serious? You have a Cricket?
I mean, my phone is legit though. I have an S5. Don't play me. I don't have like.
But you have a Cricket.
I have a Cricket. Yes, thank you.
Right here. You stealing from the elderly. Do you have a fucking disabled parking tag too?
No, but I know the guy that sells those.
Wow. Social media has made the weak strong. In other words, confident. And the strong weak. In other words, conforming. Jackie Mack on Twitter. Damn. I am Jackie Mack. She has a great point, man. We just be doing shit for the sake of doing this. This is one of the reasons why relationships are so difficult to be in today. Let me just ask this. I believe personally that love is something very, very difficult to achieve or to attain, right? We get glimpses of it. We get sparkles and flashes of it. But I believe that's some hard shit to have, right? To have, hold, maintain, all of that. But when you throw in the fucking technology conundrum, it seems like it's even less remote, you know? I mean, it's remote already. Oh, he's back? Let's see if we have him this time. Jay Maurice from Georgia, you're on the line.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Red Panda.
How you doing?
Veronica.
That's Joe and Wet Panda?
Zoe.
For real?
Okay,
Man,
good.
your man is Zoe. Your name is Zoe, man.
Okay.
Stop doing that, man. I don't have no damn
See?
Boost Mobile either, man. I'm on the land.
Come on, man. You know when you call in here, your shit got to work, man, or we going to go in.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I want to chime in on the ghosting.
Yes.
How about this? You know, how you like these apples? I'm with a lady that I ghosted on now.
Oh.
Years ago.
Ooh.
And we both love it magnificently. I mean, it's not a problem because, see, I was so, what we would call, I was living in my truth then, as Veronica would say, and you would say. I was so damn whorish, what the society would call me now. I was so, my organ was so very social. And
Wow.
I just vamped because, see, I was accustomed to going from lady to lady, woman to woman, bed to bed, you know, because it was something that I did. And as I talked to, I've had conversations with, one conversation with Veronica as far as trying to get into the realm of her coaching. And she sort of said my ambition kind of left with my leaving my truth, you know, as far as me, you know, being out there in the realm of the world with dating multiple women, because I was never one to settle down with one, because I consider myself a surrogate lover. You know, I was just only there.
You niggas love that shit.
Yeah, I was only there for a few moments, man, moments of bliss. I gave you a glimpse of what you could have had in someone that really...
Speak on it, brother.
But I wasn't going to do it because, man, you know, I would have ran into Red Panda, and she told me if I whispered in her ear that I was going to leave her, or whatever she said, she got turned on by it. Whatever she said that would turn her on. I kind of missed it, you know, when all that fancy equipment dropped me. You know, you blamed it on me for having Boost Mobile. You know,
He's still mad.
Don't be mad, man.
Had I ran into Red Panda, then I'd have been looking at her and been like, "Hey, I wonder what your soul tastes like."
Whoa.
Shit.
Yeah,
where are we in the poetry lounge?
I know.
What happened?
I literally just went somewhere else.
Again. But yeah, I'm with someone I ghosted on, and when is it okay? If you're not attached to those folks, you know, for having kids or no kind of lifetime commitment to, I mean, it's prerogative. Bitch, I'm out. You know, put your mama on the phone.
Put your mama on the phone.
I'm never coming home. You know, the guy from Harlem Nights, man. You know, but yeah, I'm kind of, you know, impressed by the topic of this show. But yeah, I'm with someone I ghosted on.
Wow.
And she has no problem with it because, you know, I didn't take my image with her, because had she known how hoish I was at the time, she probably would have had nothing to do with me.
Hoish.
Good
hey,
point.
man, let me just say that, man. Maurice, I appreciate the call, man. You brought Atlanta, Georgia into the building. Man, we got to roll. We got to take a quick break. The phone lines are jumping right now. Listen, if you want to bring your city into the building, call us right now at 844-55-1. Panda, what's the number again?
That number is 844-55-1.
We talking about ghosting, bouncing on your significant other without giving an explanation or reason why. Not even a Dear John letter, just out. We'll be back. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Williams back in the building, and we're talking about ghosting, a new phenomenon. Or is it new? Just a fucking new name, I guess. Right? Ghosting, breaking up without so much as a whisper that you're leaving.
Cowards.
You think it's cowardly to do that? Wow. Do you think it's easier to break up with your partner, ghost your partner, your significant other, when you or them have been caught cheating before? Right? You don't say nothing, or you make it seem like it's all good, and y'all keep it pushing. 6 months, 8 months later, you disappear without a trace, or they disappear without a trace. Do you think that's a good reason to do it? And is there a pussy out there like Sunshine, the character of Harlem Nights, that can make you ghost on your people, your family? 844-55-1. I'll keep asking the questions. Is there some yoni out there that'll just make you go, you know what, y'all niggas need to raise yourself. I'm going to go on over here and wallow in this yoni glow. Veronica, can you speak to us about that? Yeah. Can you speak to us about that? Is it possible that sex or some yoni could be so good that you will just ghost on your whole situation, your responsibility? Does that happen? Is that something that happens often? Do you know?
That's a great question. I think that happens fairly often. I think you have people, I don't know if they ghost, but they leave, right? Because they've met somebody where there's a really powerful connection, and a lot of that comes down to, what does Corey Holcomb say, dick pussy, right? So I think people certainly can rearrange their lives very quickly sometimes if they're getting loved on right.
Wow. I'm going to rearrange my life and just, kids be damned.
Well, no, I mean, I also think you can't underestimate the power of when people sort of snap, like if they've been under a lot of pressure, like let's say with raising kids and all the responsibility that comes with it all, right? You got a bunch of kids, a bunch of responsibility, and they just say, you know what, I'm out. Like, I'm not happy, I'm out. I think you see borderline ghosting sometimes in those scenarios. I read about that a lot, actually. Where
So,
it's like, okay, too much, I'm out.
So is breaking up with a person kind of like the equivalent of firing somebody at work? Because, that's a difficult job to do, to fire somebody, to tell them, hey, we're going in another direction. The company has, that's kind of hard to do, right? So is there that same...
I've had to fire people. It's hard.
Yeah. So is there that same kind of apprehension when firing your significant other? Because that's in effect what you're doing, right? And ghosting might be easier. Yeah?
Are you asking Veronica?
I mean,
ghosting is definitely the easy way to go. Because you don't have to communicate.
I've had to fire a lot of people back when I was working in corporate America. I've had to fire a lot of people even in my business because partnerships didn't work out, deals didn't work out. I've had to support bosses in firing people, clients. So it's always a tough situation. Nobody ever really wants to do it. I think, though, that when you are romantically interlinked and interconnected and interdependent, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm friends with all of my previous lovers, right? So I'm friends with them because it's...
Wait a minute. Wait. Ashonti has to read a tweet to you. Because what you just said, I'm friends with all my previous lovers.
It makes it funny.
It makes it fucking hysterical. What does this tweet say?
So Ronan Martin at Resident Antihero said, at Zoe Williams, Veronica is guilty of some paranormal vaginal activity, making dudes end up on milk cartons smiling. Is this true, Veronica? Paranormal vaginal activity? That's deep.
The fucking magic coochie got dudes grinning. Her and Erica Badu gonna get together and do a podcast. This is how you make niggas wear glitter.
That is hilarious.
This is how you make a nigga wear some glitter mascara right here. He'll put it on after you put this on him.
I can't.
I'm just saying. I mean, this is a phenomenon that's taking over the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's practical for long distance, right?
I just remember, though, I have ghosted somebody pretty bad.
Who did you ghost?
This was about 6 years ago.
What did you do?
So I was young. I was like, I'm young now, but I was like 22. And I can't even tell you really what he did. Just we were arguing a lot, and he was the type that would break up to make up. So he would break up with me and then 2 seconds later act like it never happened. So I got tired of it. So he broke up with me one day. He left to go out of town for 3 days because it was wrong. I moved all my shit out and he came home to basically an empty house. I mean, everything in there was mine anyways.
Have you spoken to him since?
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take you to speak to him?
About 6 months.
Wow. Women, man.
That was wrong. He didn't deserve that.
Did you apologize?
Of course. Years later.
Did you give him makeup, Yoni?
No.
Jesus.
I'm not saying that he was a great man and
some fucking apology that was.
I'm just saying.
Christ.
Shit, it happens. So to answer your question, it's a lot easier to just ghost on someone. I will add that to it because you don't have to communicate. You can just up and leave. I'm
going to Dallas. I want you guys to call me right now, 844-55-1, line 4. I want to know what... Jesus, turn the storm down. This nigga's in a Category 5 tornado. Christ. I want to know what's the worst way to break up with somebody. The worst way you've broken up with somebody. Aaron, you're on the Voice of Reason. Holler at us.
Is he riding a bike?
Hey. I know I'm driving. My bad, y'all. What's going on?
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's happening, man?
All right, I'm good, man. First of all, it was a great show you had this morning. The melanin thing, that was deep, man. I enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I got a really quick story. I was thinking about this whole thing you was talking about. Quick story. When Facebook kind of first came out, I met someone that I used to go to high school with. Not really on Facebook, but you end up you're friends with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to chit chat back and forth on Facebook. Next thing you know, we started inboxing each other. She was telling me how she's about to move close to me, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. I told her how I like cooked food. She's like, okay, well, I'll cook for you. She offered to cook for me. I went to her house. She cooked for me. 2 days later after that, My car broke down. She offered to drop me off to work for the whole week. Monday through Friday, she dropped me off at work. When that Saturday hit, I didn't hear nothing from her ever again.
She said, "This nigga shit ain't together. I ain't gonna. I had to take this nigga to work all week. This nigga ain't shit."
She never hit you up
Yo,
again?
no, and to top it off, she blocked me off on motherfucking Facebook.
Ooh,
Wow, this nigga too needy.
she cold stone for that one.
No, but she offered. I didn't ask. She offered to do these things.
Hey,
Sometimes we
you ain't got to explain to me, Jack. I agree with you, Bill.
Sometimes we overextend ourselves, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
I
do.
don't understand it. Until this day, I don't. I said, where they do that at?
I don't know where they do
Right,
that.
where she was married.
Listen,
well.
listen. I've been ghosted. Shit.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend, I ain't heard from that motherfucker in 3.5 years. And we
Yeah,
were
but
together
that's-
for 6.5.
That's kind of like a mutual ghost between the two of you guys.
Well, Jesus. That's crazy, right? That's fucking crazy, man. People disappear now. People go on about their motherfucking business. I think it's because there's a lack of communication skills. And then if you got outside pressure from other people judging you, you know.
Do you think too, like if it's a longer relationship, if they stay away, if they ghost, does that mean that they still actually love you and it's just too hard for them to be around you?
That's interesting.
Because if you're with someone for a really, really long time, like, why can't you just talk about it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Veronica, speak to that. Hey, my man from Dallas, Aaron, thank you for the call, man. And next time you call in, turn the storm down.
I heard you, man. I'll get out the
Aaron.
tornado, man.
All right, brother.
Bye, Veronica.
No, I think that there's something about cutting ties. You know, when you have to really cut somebody out of your life because they have a negative impact on you. I think that's like the art and science of relationship is really understanding when enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you try to access all methods of communication. And yeah, I think there definitely can be a situation where it's like if I love this person, then and I'm in love with this person, and I know it's not the right situation for me, then I gotta cut. If I go back in, I don't have the self-restraint or the discipline to stay apart, right? I don't have that because I'm in love. So I've seen that happen where people say I got to get out because if I don't get out, I won't get out.
And the crazy thing is, the girl after my ex that I hung out with, she ghosted me too. And you know what was crazy? She ghosted, but then she'll follow me on social media
That's how I feel about
and like shit
right.
and be liking pictures. And,
Right.
Hey, I haven't talked to you in a year and a half. What?
See, but people are
What
like
is that shit right
like
there?
that.
Like, hey, I don't want to say anything to you, but I like this.
That's like
fucking
showing
crazy.
that you still care. I
What is
think.
that?
Little droplets of care.
Droplets of
Little hints that I still
social
care.
media likes. That's fucking retarded. Veronica, what do you think about that?
What about people hanging out on social media after
It's kind of
you've
like,
gotten rid of them?
you're not talking. You guys are not talking. Maybe one or the other ghosted, and you know there was no let's formally close this out or let's have some closure or talk about it. But even though we're not talking or I ghosted on you, I'm going to follow you on all of your social media and like shit.
Yeah.
What is that?
I would have to cut somebody off.
Right.
Because I don't believe in having cyber voyeurs into my social media space.
That's a good way to call it.
There's a lot of those motherfuckers running around though.
Right. I don't believe in that shit. It's like, you know what? Bye, Felicia. It's like, go. Because, you know, usually, I don't know, in my experience or my observation, when that's happening, it's usually that the person that is doing the following and sort of the cyber voyeurism, they still are needy and hankering and want something from that person. And so I like to like to cut off energetic neediness in my world wherever I can.
Wow.
Right? I like to cut off people and situations and things that are draining and needy that drain me and are not reciprocal. So I cut that shit off. So I understand that also exists if somebody's stalking you around social media. No.
Right.
Bye-bye.
And so you call it social voyeurism, but the millennial term is lurking. So do you think the person who ghosted their last partner has a high probability of lurking on their social media page after ghosting them? Because they know they didn't allow that person to talk, or you guys didn't have the come to Jesus conversation, or you guys didn't sit down and wrap it up neatly. They know that. So they might be feeling some kind of way, which causes them to lurk on your pages.
That's a good point.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't want to see anybody after we've broken up. Like, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see their picture pop up in my phone or their face pop up. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see their number pop up in my phone.
Why?
Because it's a memory of them. And if we're done, we're done. At least for a little while. You know, like, if you're still constantly around and I'm still constantly seeing you, it's not really going to feel like you're all the way gone. For me, it just makes it harder.
That's interesting. I don't want to say what I really feel. Veronica, speak to that.
Yeah, see, when I'm friends, like I said, I'm friends with most of my lovers. The only one that I really had to completely X out of my life, that I had to completely X out, was my ex-husband, because he went a little ham and got a little strange, and I said, okay, that's it, bye-bye.
And that's saying a lot for a woman who has a bunch of wizards in her life. When you go too strange for Veronica, nigga, you shit, you out of here.
That's it. You out, and you're out. Like, it's done. So, that's like the very last resort for me, because in my view, if I have enjoyed someone and bothered to get to know someone and enjoyed their company and enjoyed their friendship and enjoyed their loving for any duration of time, that doesn't go away just because the mechanics of our relationship didn't work out. In other words, usually I enter into relationships that have affinity because there's true deep affinity there. And so that's not temporary. That doesn't go away because the mechanics didn't work out. So that's why and it's funny because a lot of guys that I've dated are like, well, I don't understand why you're friends with someone that you've seen. I'm like, I don't know. If you're entering into any kind of relating with any kind of sanity, then it's affinity. There's affinity. There's deep friendliness there, regardless of whether it quote unquote works or not.
So do you think like a terrible way to break up with somebody? I mean, and you come up with these terrible ways because you're childish and you want to get back in a spiteful way. Mm-hmm. But do you think this is a good way to break up with somebody?
What?
Is to call their parents.
That's so whack. And
be like, I just want to tell you how fucked up of a person you brought into the world. And do you think that's a good way? I want to know some of the worst ways. Do we have any more on our list, Chris?
Of worst ways to break up with people.
We have a long list of shit. I want you guys to call us and tell us the worst way. Go ahead, Chris. What do you have? Just don't speak directly into the mic. There's a show after this one.
When you break up with someone after they experienced a death in the family.
While you're already mourning, you're gonna have to mourn this relationship too.
That's a hard one.
You ain't shit. You might as well crawl in the casket with your peoples.
The guy, funny enough, the guy that I ghosted on and then talked to him 6 months later, it's because his grandmother died. And then we tried to get back together, but it just didn't work.
You broke up with him because his grandmother died?
No, we broke up. Shit. And then 6 months later.
Damn, this girl right here is evil. If y'all don't listen, right here, the phone line. Look, somebody on Twitter @clown_crown 88. He breaks Ashonti fucking red panda down clear.
No, he doesn't.
He goes, so after Ashonti Ford's ass rapes dudes, she never wants to see them again. Sounds like a job for Dexter.
No, what he was saying is ass rape. like ass rape, like
No.
I am the ass raper. That's
No,
what I got from that
your
comment.
ass has the power to rape dudes.
Oh, that is some whole
No,
other
I
shit. I think he meant
absolutely-
ass raper.
No, I'm
because
going to.
I fondle. That's what I think.
You know, we know you
Damien,
are an
clarify
ass.
for us.
Yeah, Damien, can you clarify for us?
Listen, the fondling you do is evil, and niggas leave afterwards.
Oh no one's had a problem with it. Trust and believe that.
Feeling perplexed.
You just gotta open
Niggas
up.
are like, where do I stand now?
You know the guys that you could do it with and the guys that you can't.
This is that bullshit. Anyway, Mike from DC, line 3, you're on the line.
Oh, hey, what's up, pimp?
Hey, what's happening,
What's up,
Mike?
Mike?
What's up, pimp?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up? I ain't gonna lie, shoot, this is a great topic, though, and I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy because something happened to me similar this week, and I kind of got ghosted on, and I was agreeing with what Veronica said. I don't really think there's no such thing as a platonic friend because I think I was in a relationship about a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know I was out the relationship till I went on her Facebook page, and her Facebook had it said,
Oh no! Oh
I can't
no!
believe they would do
it said
that.
single, and she kept avoiding my calls, and I only way I knew what was up with her was I had to call her mother, and her mother was like, Tina said y'all broke up, and the dude that and her, she's like, she got a new boyfriend, and the dude that she dating now is a dude that she is a coworker, and she told me that was her best friend.
So maybe a person who's not answering your calls.
Yeah, that
Maybe
would be
that's
a
the
telltale sign.
that's the precursor to this shit is over.
Right.
Isn't that? Hey, Mike,
hear
I'm
that?
sorry, man. Shit.
Yeah, man, but she told me the girl, she was like, man, we just friends. We ain't nothing else. And I find out they in a relationship. I was like, damn.
Wait
my
a
question
minute.
to you
Wait.
is,
Hold on. She left you for a taco taster?
right. And my question to you is, she been fucking this dude the whole time. And
Oh,
she
dude,
led me on
okay.
to think they was his best friend.
Wow.
I said, damn.
But see, this
Fucked
goes
up.
back to my point about women and satellites. Women keep satellites, buddy. And usually the satellites are dudes they work with. You spend a lot of time at work. There's always going to be dudes there like, hey, how's shit going with you and Clifford? Big red dog, huh? Oh, he just a medium-sized dog right now. He ain't. Okay. I'm just saying, dudes are always looking for a way in. And women, especially beautiful women, they always got satellites. And there's always pressure, right? It's not like the pressure goes away. Yes, this is a platonic relationship, Rhodesia. Yes, this is platonic. I respect your relationship with Jamal. Soon as shit. Whoa, what's wrong? I've noticed something about your attitude. Well, it's Jamal and I. This nigga's in. He's in. That's what he's been waiting on. Am I lying? 844-55-1. We got callers.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy, man.
Hey, we appreciate you, Mike. Mike is bugging out, man. I love Mike.
It's been a while since we heard from Mike, right?
That's because he just got ghosted on. This nigga needed some time.
Oh, poor thing.
Mike needed some
love
time,
Mike.
goddammit. Listen, before we get to the next phone lines, let me just say this. The Relationship Dismount is out on Kindle. Get it right now. As I updated the fans of the show earlier, the physical copy of the book will be available on the 25th of this month. They will be delivered to my place, and I will begin the process of mailing it out to all those who have pre-ordered a copy of The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. I am very, very, very proud of this work. It is a breakup and makeup book simultaneously. It's a workbook. It's an autobiography. I mean, it's a philosophy book. I mean, it's a music book. I mean, we use metaphors from music throughout. We use philosophical, psychological, spiritual metaphors, religious metaphors. And at the end of each chapter, there are, exercises. It's a workbook. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on this truly powerful work. You can go to Kindle right now and keep it in the tops of the new releases from Kindle. You can go there, Amazon.com, look up the Relationship Dismount. The book should pop up. Please order your copy today, right now. Share it with someone. Or if you want a physical copy, go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and pre-order it there. With that said, we've got a couple of callers that we want to handle. Or which should we do? Should we go to break first or get the callers? Let me go to Miami. We got Brian from Miami, line 4. Could be the person Red Panda ghosted. Speak on it, Brian.
Oh, no. Hi, Brian.
You guys kind of touched on what I was going to speak on about women having satellites.
Yeah.
Because I find that a lot of women, they won't have the courage to leave a relationship until they already have the next one lined up.
So you mean women are scared to leave until they got guaranteed dick in hand?
Of course.
Women, do you agree or disagree with this folly?
They do it all the time. My ex-wife did it to me.
Ooh.
You know, I went on a trip out of town, came back, closet was cleared, kid's room was cleared.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Come to find out, she was already talking, already in a serious relationship with a dude. You know, the marriage was going to hell anyway, but, you could have waited for me to come back and talk to me.
Aww.
You know what I mean? But I find that a lot of times that's, for women, when they feel like they can't get through to a guy, ghosting is a last-ditch effort. Call it passive-aggressive.
Hey, I was about to say, man, are we fucking making excuses for people who do this? And Red Panda, you better not be laughing at this man's experience.
Hell no. I like Brian.
She
He's
laughing,
a kind
I
heart.
mean-
I'm
He
not
over
laughing
here
at
rolling,
you,
Brian. This motherfucker over here inside out.
No, I mean, I felt a big sigh of relief, but the thing that pissed me off was how you going to, go take my kids without talking to me? You know what I mean?
Hey, listen.
I mean, what give women the gall to think they can just up and leave with a man's kids and not even talk to him?
That's a good question.
This is great.
That's a great question.
See, because women see the children, then
As
this is fucked up.
It is.
Women see the children as an extension of themselves.
And also wagers.
So it's almost like if it's I'm ghosting, we ghosting. Hey, wait a minute. Let them have a say because they're mine too. But for women, it's like I'm making decisions. So if I'm ghosting, we ghosting. And that's really fucked up. That default mother knows best type shit. Even if it's a hurtful situation. You're right, brother. That was a great question, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man, for calling.
Yep.
Listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to take more callers. The phone line's open. What is the worst way? I need to know the worst way to break up with somebody. My man Ronan Martin at Resident Antihero said something fucking crazy just a second ago about how to break up with someone. He said you should break up with your woman right when she starts having labor pains.
God.
On that note, we taking a break. We'll be back at 2.2. So what?
Hilarious.
Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. Let's let that ride, man. Woo, that fucking California Love remix.
California.
Shit, that's when the Lakers was winning titles, bitches.
Right. Way back when.
What?
Sorry.
Okay,
I had to.
cut her goddamn
You
mic
led
off.
me into that one.
Just there we go. See how beautiful it sounds? Jesus. My man, listen, let me just come back to y'all real quick. We're talking about ghosting. It's supposed to be this new phenomenon. I don't think it's new. I just think that's just a terminology people are using now. People have been disappearing without a trace for years. It was easier to disappear without a trace back in the day when there was no technology. I mean, you literally could be 4 blocks over and nigga never see you again. Just over, right? Now, fuck, it's harder to disappear, but it's a new phenomena in breaking up called ghosting. And we're talking about it. And we're asking people to call in 844-55-1 and share like your worst breakup story. Like, you know, one that you've been through, you know, one that was hurtful, one that is still unresolved. Get to the phone lines right now. Ashonti Ford, what are the numbers to dial? Oh, yeah. You sound stereo off. Wait, turn the mic off one more time. Ashonti, what are the numbers to dial? Yeah, okay, turn the mic. Come on.
Those numbers to dial are 844-55-1. Again, the numbers to dial, 844-55-1.
So, at Ronan Martin is just clowning right now. He said you should ghost your significant other at their family reunion.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Just go there with them and then just disappear. And then never, ever call them again.
Ouch.
There's some hurtful motherfuckers out here in the
That
world.
damn near hurt me.
Heka Activated has just joined the call. Ladies and gentlemen, we
Hey,
know
Heka.
we about to get some shit right now. Heka, have you heard of this ghosting thing? Have people ghosted you? Have you ghosted people? Speak to us, Heka.
No. I have never ghosted anybody, and I have never had anybody to ghost me. I just think that shit is silly. I think it's for the immature at heart. It's for cowards. Grown folk, mature folk don't do shit like that.
Damn.
This is true. Because why would you want to just ditch without saying anything? It's cowardly.
Okay, all jokes aside,
the easy route.
let's just go into Zoe knows what the fuck he's talking about mode. So, I mean, we don't need that. Not for me.
Wow.
But let me just say this. For a lot of people who go through this, right, you have to consider the sense of entitlement, right? I'm justified in ghosting you. I'm justified in doing this because you were wrong, or you did something that offended me, or you did something that disrespected me. So I am justified in handling it in this way. So whenever entitlement is in play, you know, ghosting makes sense to those kind of people. Now, Veronica has said, Red Panda has said, and now Heka has said it is immature to take that route. But you got to understand why it's justifiable in the first place to somebody who would want to take that route. They have to feel a sense of entitlement and self-righteousness. Like, I'm doing this to hurt you, to show you that, you know, you were wrong in some kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if they never come back and talk to you, if they never come back and deal with you, I mean, the levels of immaturity to be in that space, I mean, that's kind of crazy too. I mean, Jesus. How would you help somebody through that, Heka? Like if somebody came to you and was like, you know, Jesus, I haven't heard from her. They left. How would you coach them through that? And I want to hear this from Veronica too.
Well, I mean, me personally, I think the best way to coach people through that is just to help them to move on. And knowing that when that person is least expecting, the person that ghosts them is going to return. When that person matures enough to face off with their own insecurities, they'll return and right their wrongs, because two wrongs don't make a right, in my opinion. Just because you did wrong to someone doesn't mean that they should wrong you by ghosting you and never responding or talking to you just to let you know the reason why they felt it necessary to make their exit. It's immature.
Veronica Conway.
I mean, my whole thing in the way that I work with people is I help them. I go back to the root cause wound. There's a couple of ways that I might approach it. So there's taking them back and regressing them back to the actual trauma itself, where they, that moment of shock. To understand, when we have traumatic moments, our body goes into shock, our psyche goes into shock. And so if you can go in and sort of delete that moment through NLP and hypnosis, that would be one thing. But here's the other thing I've done, and I've had done to me, and that is look at people's underlying patterns for being undermined and abandoned in relationships. Sometimes we magnetize that shit to us. We sure enough do. I have had that experience myself, where I've realized that I have entered into relationships out of a pattern of being undermined, right? That came from from childhood. So not only do I go in and try to clean up the actual event, but I also try to go in and clean up the events that preceded that event, because usually we develop an imprint and pattern about that kind of stuff happening to us far earlier than the most recent event.
Wow. That was all deep and shit. There's some people out there like, this shit still hurt, though.
Of course it does.
Because I ain't never heard Mike sound like that.
I know.
I felt bad for Mike. Yo, man, this Mike, man, she just disappeared and shit, man. I found out from my mama now.
Oh, he said Facebook. Poor thing.
This shit is terrible.
It's fucked up.
I love Mike. Mike, call back in, man. Shit, man.
We're here for you, Mike.
We here for you, Mike. Line 5, Nate from Arizona. You're on the Voice of Reason.
Yeah, that nigga need a violin. That nigga was crying.
Hey, don't disrespect the homie.
Nah, it's cool. I ain't tripping. I never got ghosted by a female, but I did get ghosted by my weed man, and that was kind of fucked up for me.
He might have went to jail. This nigga might be in jail right now.
Nah, he live in the same place. I just don't bug him because I think people. In my opinion, I don't think it's wrong to ghost someone. I think if you get ghosted, you're supposed to be mature enough to understand that if someone does that to you, let that motherfucker leave. Like, fuck it, move on. I know it might be hard for some people to move on, but in my opinion, I think people are allowed to do whatever they want to do because eventually, they're going to do what they want to do, regardless if it's with you or with someone else. So,
that's a good point.
In my opinion, ghosting isn't that big of a problem,
All right. And nigga, you get a coupon for that. Mm-hmm. But you got to stop paying your weed man in food stamps. He might show back up.
Nah, don't pay my weed man in food stamps.
Yeah, I mean, he might show back
Chris
up.
Stop breathing on the cords, man, because it keeps breaking up.
Tell Chris to stop what?
Yeah.
Stop breathing on the cords because it keeps breaking up.
Oh, damn, he's saying that your breath is hot. God damn.
No, it's something about jokes and timing. Thanks, Nate. We appreciate it. Let's get the timing together. All right. Anyway, Hustle,
wow,
Miami.
That's you guys' new shit?
You're on the line. Yeah, that's the...
Why did I get left out of the new shit? All right, cool. You guys are coming up with new little shit as a group and not even...
First off, did you walk in here late? Thank you. There's someone else on the other line. Thank you. Hustle from line 4, Miami. Speak to us. Jesus.
I know, right, man? Panda gonna just jump all over my intro like that. I mean, what's going on?
I'm sorry, Hustle.
What's up, man? What's happening with you, man?
Man, it was too heated on Twitter, man. I had to join y'all in the studio.
Yeah, man. Twitter crazy, right?
Hey, Hustle.
Hey, what's up, ladies? So, hey, man, you wrong for that. Talking about Mike like that, so.
No, Mike is my people's man. He in trouble. We need an intervention.
Hey, but check it, man. So, I don't really ghost nobody at all. The way I feel about it, if you stand on your own and they see that truth up in you, they're going to find their way to get from around you. You know what I'm saying? Because people who usually stick around, they feel like they can kind of mold you into what they want you to be. But if you remove all hope, they're going to find a way to move on. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Hey, I do want to ask one thing, though, since you got Heka on the line. I seen your thing on Periscope earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if Heka could tell me what my sign is just from me talking to her.
Nigga, we know you're a Taurus, nigga. Stop. No, I'm just making up shit.
Heka's there, right?
No, I mean, the thing about it is there's a accumulation of energy in a person's personality from their voice, of moon signs and sun signs and ascendants and Venus and Mars and all those energies. One thing I will say is that I do feel like if you do your astrological chart, I feel some type of Aries, fiery energy in your chart if you were to actually do that.
Hold on. I'm just going to say, this is what I'm going to say, nigga. Listen. If Heka could tell you your goddamn sign right now, she could tell you the lottery numbers. That's not how this shit works. That's not how any of this works.
I just wanted to see what it was about, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I got it all twisted.
Hey, so what is the sign? Maybe now Heka could give you some insight once you tell us what the sign is.
Oh, well, my birthday's about to come up August.
Leo, nigga.
He's a Leo.
She did say fire, though. She did say that.
Yeah.
And he gonna sit there and not give up nothing.
I thought Leos hung out in jungles. I ain't know.
The element is fire, man.
Tree,
Jesus. The element is fire. I thought junk ain't what?
You didn't want to burn the fire.
They don't live in no
whole
goddamn jungles. They live in the grasslands and shit.
No, but Leo's like a lion. They live in jungles. I mean, come on, save them a little bit.
Hey, man, I just wanted to come lighten up the mood a little bit.
Hustle just came in from Miami. Listen, if you want to bring your bullshit to the show, call us right now at 844-55-1. Thanks, Hustle, for getting off of Twitter and bringing that bullshit in here.
Thanks,
was
Hustle.
awesome, man. It was awesome. Listen, we've got other callers on the line. Let's keep it rolling. Rowan, Naptown. Let me holler at the homeboy Ronan. What's happening? Line 6.
I'm sitting there chilling, laughing my ass off of this show, man.
Come on, man. You know how we do.
well, I wanted to say the whole thing with the ghosting. Sometimes it is necessary because when you talk about communication, if someone does not want to hear the truth, sometimes you have to sit there and cut yourself out physically. And I remember doing that with a chick who didn't want to hear anything that I was saying. Like, look, this is over. I'm not feeling you. I even told her, like, my dick is not feeling you no more. She thought I was bullshitting.
What?
And it got to the point where, went somewhere. We went to White Castle, and I stopped in the drive-thru and I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I went through the White Castle and I walked home and left her at the drive-thru.
Oh no!
I just couldn't take it no more.
God
so,
damn.
I mean, like the thing. I mean, the whole thing was like what led to it is like, she kept talking about long-term things, and I didn't see her long-term. She was like career side chick material, and I kept telling her that she didn't want to hear it. So,
career side chick material?
You in upper management on the side chick side of the game.
No, you're not getting out the mailroom. You need to chill out. Just stay here and get your pension and go home. That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Why couldn't you just tell her, like, how come you couldn't just have a conversation and say, listen, sweetie?
I exercised every means, and I even sat her down before and said, look, here's the reasons why, X, Y, Z, all A to Z, why we shouldn't be together. And she's like, well, we can sit there and work on that. I said, you're not listening. I'm like, look, we are polar opposites. I'm on the North Pole. You're out there somewhere on the other side of the universe. Can't do this. This is not helping. No, we can sit there and make this happen. Okay. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Let's go to McDonald's. I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I mean, if you're really honest, if you're honest with them and especially yourself, it wouldn't have to come to that. Someone really shouldn't have to ghost you like that if they really have a sense of morality and a sense of self. And if they choose not to listen, then hey, sometimes you have to sit there and abort the relationship.
All right, but wait a minute. But wait a minute, Rowan. You speak of something really, really, important here. We live in the no fucks given culture. This is a very non-empathetic culture.
Yeah.
Like being empathetic in relationship, either from a woman or a man nowadays, is being seen as soft. And you can't be too fucking vulnerable or you're going to be taken advantage of. There's sharks out here in these streets.
Well, in many ways, I agree because it all depends on an individual. And, I mean, people are adhering to what society tells you to be. But if you're 110% genuine, and so is that individual, whatever society has to say doesn't mean shit. But if you're a slave to public opinion, of course, you're going to sit there and try to be Mr. and Mrs. No fucks given, when really it's the complete opposite.
Or not only public opinion, but parental opinion. Yeah. Mom and dad, they hold some shit too. You got to remember, your family is a society. So if your family looking at you sideways, that's pressure to make you ghost out on a motherfucker too. Because of their evaluation.
And I'm glad you brought that up because her I think the last straw was when her parents was asking, like, so when you gonna marry my daughter? I said,
See?
no, I'm gonna marry this chick. And they kept saying, well, you make a good, son-in-law. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done.
Right. I'm not dating your family agenda. The fuck this is? You niggas got board meetings about our relationship? Get y'all nosy, end of the road ass living motherfuckers on out of here.
I refuse to be an emotional prisoner to emotional terrorism. I cannot do it.
Wow.
Emotional terrorism.
Jesus. That's good shit. Hey, Rowan, you brought Naptown in the building, man. I appreciate that shit. Hey, thanks for calling in, man.
I feel bad, Mike.
All right, Mike. Everybody love you, Mike. Shit, Mike. We got to get this nigga a back page coupon so he can bounce back, man.
What's back page?
Don't act like you don't know what back page is.
Oh, man. Scary.
So, Ronan Martin, again, who just got off the phone, I have to read another one of his tweets because Twitter is on fire. Please follow me at Zoe Williams. Every time we do a show, man, Twitter goes nuts, right? He says here, you should ghost them after they've survived an auto accident.
Can I say something?
Yes, Heka, speak on it.
I just think as women, we have to start being more selective about who we even give the opportunity to ghost us. Because the reality of the matter is she should have ghosted his ass when he took her to White Castle.
Like, nigga, they don't even have grilled onions here. It's over.
I would have preferred Chipotle. Me personally. Give me some of them barbacoa tacos.
Oh, God. That's what I was asking earlier.
That Heka music in the background.
That is your music, baby. But let me ask you this. Like, Heka brings up a great point to me. Is there a sign that women should see or notice about a dude that should, like ring this internal alarm that says, okay, I got to ghost this situation? Like maybe a dude that's too pushy. After the first date, he wants to have sex, or after the first date, he's talking about planning kids and marriage. Is that what are the signs to where you go, it's ghost time because this nigga's psychotic? 844-55-1. Ashanti, what are the signs?
That you're about to get ghosted?
So she wasn't listening. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm all into Twitter because Twitter is so crazy and hot right now.
Yeah, she wasn't listening. That was beautiful.
I think that's one of the signs.
This nigga's professional.
I mean, if he's going to take me to White Castle or McDonald's or some crap like that, that tells me that he's not really too concerned about my health. And if he's not concerned about my health, why in the heck do I need to be dealing with him?
That's a good point.
Even if he's going to go there himself, even if he tells me that if a guy tells me that he's going to visit McDonald's to get him something to eat, he needs to be ghosted immediately. We don't even need to continue the relationship because you don't care enough about yourself to not eat that type of food. Then I don't need you in my life because you're not about to enter into me and drop off any of your McDonald's type of sperm.
No.
That's really a McNugget.
I cannot deal with this shit, boy.
A McNugget. She's right. Go ahead, Heka. Say more. Shit.
I could agree.
No, I mean, that's just it. I mean, we have to have standards. I think it's important as women that we have standards, and men too. Same thing with men. If a woman is telling him that she's going to McDonald's, he need to ghost her ass too. I mean, it's just crazy. We have to start having standards, and our standards have to be higher than the norm. That's just my opinion.
No, and I agree. Can I speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, you can.
There was this guy, a friend of mine now. We were kind of hanging out or whatever the case, and we had left the club, and I think he was taking me back to my place or taking me to my car.
Yeah, I bet anyways, he was taking you back to your place. Don't try to edit it now, huh?
Okay. So
you gonna let my wand fall off?
Oh my gosh. So anyways, we pulled into the McDonald's driveway and these cookies are delicious, by the way. You know the chocolate chip cookies at McDonald's? They're fucking addicting.
I don't know.
But anyways, he buys a whole crate of them. Like you could buy a full crate with like 12 cookies in it.
Mm-hmm.
I said I didn't want any. He ate all of them. It was a turnoff.
Really?
It's like 2:00 in the morning.
Was it a turnoff because he wasn't
cookies.
sharing? Because I know you're very greedy.
No, I didn't want to eat 5 million cookies at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You didn't want to eat one?
He's already a little overweight too. So it's like, if his body was tight, it's like, okay, you could eat those chocolate chip cookies, but you already have a belly and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You ate 12
Wait
cookies.
a minute, hold on. What were you doing with a fat dude in the McDonald's drive-thru who was buying a crate of cookies?
He had
a
little bit of a belly, But that's okay. A little bit of belly is okay
This
if you
shit
wear
done
it
went
nicely.
crazy.
You could wear a belly nicely.
Listen, there's a sister on Twitter. I don't want to fuck her name up. Alatola Body, I guess. I don't know. A lot of body. What kind of bullshit?
A lot of body.
I was like, is this bitch related to the Shah of Iran? Ayatollah Khomeini body? I don't know.
This shit is so out of control.
Oh, hey, she's a beautiful woman, though. I can tell you that.
Ooh,
Chocolate.
let me see.
She got.
Are you going to read her tweet or?
I'm just going to look at her for a moment.
Oh,
can I do that?
Can I see?
Yo ass was looking at them cookies, so hold tight, greedy motherfucker. Anyway, a lot of body says here at a lot of body. I was like, I need glasses.
Read the goddamn tweet.
I will
Shit.
not. Anyway, she says, is it ghosting or is it there's nothing else left to be said?
Ooh, that's a good
How
question.
about that little curveball right there?
That's a good question.
I ain't got shit else to say to your monkey ass.
So it sounds like by that point they should already expect that there's no words left.
Wow.
That's a good
That's
point.
crazy, yeah. We're going to investigate later what
How much
Ashanti was doing with a fat hobbit in the McDonald's drive-thru.
So now he's a fat hobbit. I said he had a little belly,
Well,
and he's a fat hobbit.
First off, you said it was a turnoff because he had a tray of cookies.
No,
So
well, you can't
listen,
have a belly.
That's what you said. So don't try to slim this big nigga down now, right? Just because you was with one of the fat boys. We're going to talk about that
Rick
later.
Ross every once in a while.
We're going to talk about that later.
I don't like skinny guys.
And you know if he's fat, he don't clean himself well.
You're
So
going
when
too
you
far
start
with
putting your
it.
hand down there in your little special
Oh my God.
ass pocket, we already know.
Special ass pocket from the Hobbit.
Anyway,
So horrible.
Wow.
I can't.
anyway, we have to take a quick break. But when we come back, we have more callers to talk about ghosting. We'll be back. Man, we got the dopest fans ever, man. As soon as you say some shit, they on it. They
got pandas laying on, what is that, a sidewalk with food? Like, this is Ashanti 24/7 at the Mickey D's. Like, really? Who put that, Damien?
Hey, man, they love us, man. I appreciate them. But we talking
Love
about
the fans.
ghosting. Like, if you're just tuning into the show, we're talking about ghosting. Oh, you about to eat on the mic? Yeah. So the picture is apropos. You might as well just fucking crunch in the microphone.
No, I turned my face away.
You're eating again. I bet you can see her, like, during night terrors or something. Like, she's just chewing and crunching and gnawing. Fuck. She is truly a foodie. Anyway, we're talking about night terrors. No, we're not.
Really?
I'm just playing. Come on.
By the way, just in case anyone wants to like step their snack game up,
Oh, Jesus. Now
at
she's doing
Target they
food
have the snack
commercials.
factory. It's like pretzel crisps.
We're definitely
going
going to get
Parmesan.
We're definitely going to get like a Trader Joe's sponsor or something because she's going to eat all of the products that they bring. Anyway, no, thank you. Not while I'm on the mic, Ashanti. Thank you. Jesus. We're talking about ghosting, right? This fucking phenomena of breaking up with people. just disappearing without saying a fucking word. And we've all pretty much shared our opinion on it. And now we're just taking callers, 844-55-1. And we're basically asking, how or what was the most devastating breakup you had, or what was the most egregious breakup where the person did you the wrongest ever? What is the worst way to break up? I mean, Ronan has been killing the game. This dude said you should ghost somebody right when they start having labor pains. You should ghost them at a funeral. I mean, he said some other shit that the sister's already on the borderline with me. Like, nigga, you be saying some ratchet shit. We don't like you.
They say that about you? I couldn't see why.
You just gonna keep cutting up, huh? It's your job, huh? You just here to be...
No, I'm just saying, I've never seen or heard anyone say that about you. I'm sure.
Well, no, hey, I be getting... No, Veronica will be like, hey, nigga, I don't like the way you said whoop-de-whoop. You can clean your shit up.
Well, if Veronica's being honest, I do the same thing.
Okay. Exactly. You know what to do. Anyway, the phone lines are crazy for tonight's topic, as is pretty much commonplace for every show we do. People are calling in, sharing their breakup, traumas. We've got Red from Missouri on the line. Line 4. Speak on it.
What's going on, Zoe? What's up, ladies?
What up, Red?
Hey. I really don't have a breakup story for you, but I think it speaks to this ghosting phenomenon. It's really not a phenomenon. It's something that's been going on since my grandfather's day. Men and women just disappearing out of a relationship. I think it speaks to a larger problem of people not wanting and willing to deal with conflict in a relationship.
There we go.
Right.
And the sad thing about the real sad thing about it is it actually speaks to that particular person's character more than anything else. And then these are the same people who will walk around claiming to be a king or a queen when in actuality they're nothing more than a court jester. So, I mean, I just really wanted to touch base with that.
Wow.
It's 100%.
Jeez. There's more people calling in, just chiming in about integrity. Like, in the relationship dismount, my newest book about relationships, I say how you end it is how you begin it. If you in a relationship raggedy, if you end it on a sour note, it's difficult to just start a new one on a great note. I mean, because relationships are about accountability. They're about internal processing of what happened. A lot of times we preempt what happened with what's happening right now. So most of us, in the moment, this shit is uncomfortable. The best way to get over somebody is to get on to somebody else, right? And we just stuff it down. We just push it down. So we're not getting over, we're just moving on. But as we move on, we're still dragging what we didn't get over along the journey with us, contaminating everything. I use the rat metaphor. There's this. I watch a lot of shit on TV, and I was watching this. What is that? Animal Planet thing on rats, and it talked about how rats drag their balls and penis on the fucking ground, and they're constantly leaving rat urine wherever they go. So unresolved relationship debris is like that. You're just dragging a little trail of bullshit with you when you don't stop, process, and release, let go, organize, go through it. A lot of times people are just trying to get through it. They don't want to go through it. Right. There's a difference between going through it and getting through it. Right? It's crazy, man. Red, you always call in, man, and drop heat, Red. Man. Do you have one final thought to leave with the folk on this?
Well, I think that men and women need to just simply deal with the fucking conflict that's in front of them. Otherwise, what you just said, it speaks to that. You're going to carry that nonsense and that bullshit mentality with you into the next relationship.
Wow.
You're not growing. You're not growing. You're not learning anything. You're going to continue that fucking cycle for the rest of your life if you continue that bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Wow.
Point blank.
Man, I appreciate the call. Once again, Missouri's in the building because of Red. Good looking, homie. So, Ronan Martin again. The worst kind of ghosting is remaining within arm's reach, yet galaxies apart intimately.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah. When they're gone before they've left.
You just in it, but you not there. It's like a hologram of your ass is there.
Yeah.
That kind of relation. There's real relationships that the shit is hollow. It's empty. There's nothing in there. But you guys are still there because of obligation. You know, whether it be the children, whether it be finances. Heka, you want to speak to that? Heka? Don't. Where did Heka go?
Oh, I'll jump in.
Jump in for us, and then we'll grab Heka back. Where's Heka?
Okay.
Make sure we get Heka, man.
Okay. I'm going to jump in.
Yes,
I think that what Red said is quite brilliant in the sense that, and we've talked about this before, I think, on the show, is the fear of conflict. And the thing is I think that any healthy relationship, like a really healthy relationship, there is a willingness to confront the issues of the relationship and to really be in that communication and in that conversation. And so if somebody has to ghost, I think what it means is that they just haven't been willing to confront the real challenges and have a mechanism for working through them together. In other words, you have to not only confront them, but then you have to also work through the solution. And that's a skill set that I find that a lot of people don't actually have, like the working through process.
And first off, conflict is good. Listen, the human brain is, it hurt, move away. It feels good, go deeper, go into it further. Mm-hmm. People don't understand that sometimes the best things for you are the things that actually hurt the most. And sometimes the worst thing for you are the things that feel the best. And people don't know how to discern the difference, right? But this motherfucker, Ronan Martin, is acting a fool on Twitter right now. This dude said ghosting. He said ghosting is like the rat's nutsack and dragging through life. Stop the cycle.
Not the rat sack.
It's crazy right now. It's true. It's true, but most people don't want to just say, fuck it, man. Let me go through the fire. Where's the Shaka Khan record? I want to hear that record right now. Through the Fire. Oh. That's what she was singing about. You know, the modern day artists, you motherfuckers don't be singing about nothing, right? You be singing about bullshit. When Shaka Khan sang Through the Fire, Through the Fire, To the Limit, To the Wire. Where's that record, man? This motherfucker's fingers are fat and slow.
He does have little chunky fingers. He's our Ice Cube.
Oh, Jesus. While you're getting that record, we got Brian from Chicago on the line. Brian, holler at us, man. What's up, man?
Hey, actually, I do agree with what Heka said. It does take a little less class to go someone. You need, and what you're saying, you need to confront people. But I have a situation where I feel I was forced into ghosting someone, and I did it. I dealt with it. I actually sat down with the young lady. She refused to accept what I was saying. We went out one evening, and she acted a goddamn fool at a theater, and she was like, "We need to go." So I was glad to go. I took her home, and I said, "Hey, are you hungry?" And she was like, "No." I said, "I'm gonna go get some meat," and went home and never spoke to her again. I'm not saying what I did was cool, but some people won't allow you to make that separation, and they refuse to grow, so you're forced to just leave them alone.
Wow.
And I hang up.
Man, I appreciate that call. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're forced. Sometimes you're just forced. you know? I remember my homeboy, like a stalker forces you to ghost them, right? And I'm talking about a bona fide stalker. I'm not talking about somebody following you on Twitter. I don't really see that as a stalker. But I'm talking about somebody that's, you know, at your crib or at your job or at your family's place. That's a person you might want to ghost, right? Do you guys think that's justifiable? Veronica?
Hello?
Heck, are you back?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Hello? Okay, great. Oh my goodness, I was screaming. I was trying to get you guys to hear me. I don't know. I just don't think that ghosting, if you don't mind me.
Damn sure can hear you now.
Really
Shit. Go ahead.
Okay. I just don't think that ghosting is appropriate for people that really actually have feelings for one another. I mean, it's something totally different, in my opinion, if you went on a date with somebody for a couple of times and, you know, they're stalking you and some craziness like that. That's something totally different. But I think in relationships, or when you formed a relationship or some type of bond with a person, the most appropriate way is to talk about it so that you can get closure. Because otherwise, it's just, it's dumb. I just think it's dumb.
Hey, a lot of body
That's the way I can put it.
on Twitter. I got your name right, honey. Oh,
About time.
big chocolate, beautiful thing, you. As a matter of fact, DM me. Oh, never mind. She says exposure makes guys get ghost. When dudes get exposed.
Right, and then they just don't want to deal with the shit you found.
Well, yeah. Yep.
But
I agree with that a lot about it.
I would say that goes both ways, though. I would say that.
Yeah. I can agree with that, too.
Right. Jesus, exposure. Like, give me an example of how a dude gets exposed and then he's like on some old ego shit like, damn, I look bad. Fuck, I just got to bounce. Give me an example of that, please.
I can give an example of somebody that I know. It wasn't even a dude, actually. It was a woman. That's why I could agree that it happens that way. I mean, he found out that she had a sexually transmitted disease. And she got ghosted.
That's ghost worthy,
that's
right?
fucked up. So he gave her an STD and then he bounced.
Well, no, she didn't. No, they didn't need the person give either person nothing. But
Oh, she had it
she
already.
just found out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully they were using protection.
Yeah, that's hot monkey semen, literally.
That's disgusting. Thank you.
This is terrible. This is what I want to do. We've exhausted all of our callers. We had a whole shitload of people chime in today.
Thanks to the callers. That
Man,
was
the
great. We
callers,
always love
man.
when the callers call in.
They killed a game every show. They killed a game.
Different perspective is always nice.
Yeah. This show is a success when people call in. And, you know, thankfully, every show, you know, we get full callers. So that's always dope. Ashonti Ford has a new website coming out.
Pretty excited about that.
Ashonti, tell us a little bit about the website. And
my website is actually being created by our engineer, Cool Guy Yup, Chris Purnell.
Cool Guy
P. Oh, I'm sorry. You
Cool
shouldn't
Guy
make it so-
Yup.
I'm sorry. Where did I get Cool Guy Yup from?
DyslexiaDictionaries.com.
Oh, wow. You should change it to Cool Guy Yup.
Cool Guy
Kind
Yup.
of cool.
Cool Guy Yup. Sound like a new dance.
AshantiFordLive.com should be out in about 3 weeks. I'm really excited about it. We have Rita G's work on there. Her pictures are hot. I posted one of those today. I'm pretty excited about it. But for now, keep subscribing to my YouTube's Girl on Fire Production.
I saw the little flash dance hip.
For today. Wow.
I'm saying the hip was out. It was quite
I actually
nice.
cropped the hip. You still saw a picture
Well,
with the hip?
I've seen the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's quite delicious.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah.
How's your book doing? So far, so good.
Hey, man, you know, I was going to get to that. I think it's doing okay. You know, we want to, you know, keep it in, you know, the top 5 on Amazon.com. We're hoping for that. Heka activated. Listen, she's one of the most gifted psychic mediums in the game, man. She be on TV. She be on radio. She be doing her motherfucking thing. And don't start talking sideways or you will catch it from Heka activated. Heka, what's your website, babe?
Oh, yes, indeed. I will show my ass with the spirit of excellence. I'll do it. Yes, you can find me at www.heka, Heka, activated, just like it sounds, .com. HekaActivated.com.
Wow. And, of course, Veronica Conway. My goodness.
Yeah.
Now take
you can
Heka's
reach me-
music off for Veronica. Go ahead. Go ahead, Veronica.
You can reach me at if you're interested in joining this next boot camp. If you have a business that you want to blow up, you can reach me at veronicaconway.com. Otherwise, veronicaconway.com, and all my social media is Veronica Conway.
Hey, seriously, you guys definitely, got to support all of the sisters on here.
Can I just say
Ashonti be tripping, though. She don't mention her PR.
I know. I was going to mention that, but before I mention that, I wanted to say that I actually started Veronica's Black Mastery program, and it is crazy. Like, I legit was like, okay, I'm not focused enough to do this shit. I have too much on my mind. Like, I just need to sit down when I have a day to just zone into the Black Mastery.
See?
It's that tough.
It's ridiculous.
It's heavy.
I made my son, who's at college now, when he was in high school, I made him sit down and listen to it. So it's a real situation. Listen, I'm Zoe Williams. This is the Voice of Reason. I just need you guys to support this book. Like I said, I will be getting the physical copies of the book on the 24th, and I plan on starting the process of mailing out all of the copies, on the 25th. So listen, continue to support that work, and right now, just cash mob me. Veronica, could you explain to them really quickly what a cash mob is?
Yeah, cash mob is real Black group economics, baby. So if you want to, instead of buying your Starbucks for a couple of days, if you would want to take that money and go to Amazon or order, just order Zoe's book, it means going in and just throwing down money in a business to support them all at once. And so we need to be cash mobbing more in our community. So cash mobs those books.
Man, I appreciate that. Amazon.com. We need to boost up those numbers over there. And again, if you want a physical copy of the book, supplies are limited. I think we're down to the last maybe 200 copies when we start looking at the pre-orders, So if you guys want to get one, you got to go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and pre-order it right now. I appreciate everyone who has supported it thus far. And we'll be back Wednesday with another heater. Voice of Reason, Dash Radio, Hot Button Radio. We out. Deuces.